Alright ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to another Hero House Top 10. Today we're looking at the top 10 figures from 2020, and I know I did a halfway point where I said the ones so far, and the list has changed substantially since that time. I can see a few familiar faces, but ultimately yeah, I think it's kind of a new roster because this was a great year for action figures. I mean, we got some absolutely banging releases, and some of them from companies that are just starting out, which is fantastic to see, and in others we just saw companies really stepping up their game and refining what they had to offer. I'm surprised that none of the Lightning Collection made the cut given how much I love them, but like, these figures are just standouts, and NECA in particular absolutely was killing it with their releases, and same to Mcfarlane Toys. They did a really phenomenal job. And then we have the Wicked Cool Toys Masterchief, which is a great debut figure, and even Marvel Legends did some really solid releases, and then Storm Collectibles is always solid. So let's dive in and we'll go through these figures and see, who made the cut. One sec. At number 10 on the list, we have the Beskar Armor Mandalorian from the Star Wars Black Series. And he's number 10 because he's just an incredibly faithful reproduction of the character that looks phenomenal, moves quite well, and has a good bevy of accessories while being at a very affordable price. I mean, 20 bucks compared to the sort of SH Figure Arts or Mafex releases, which are way higher, like 60, 70, and he looks almost as good. And you can't really ask for more except a Baby Yoda accessory, and they've done a later pack release that has that. But this initial release is still a really strong entry, and if you're a fan of the character, it was a good way to pick him up and, not drop a bomb on the cost. So yeah, definitely a solid number 10. I think it's just a lack of articulation. Not even a lack, but it's just not quite as developed as others that, bumps him down a peg. But even then, he's still one of the best figures of the year, so definitely pick this guy up if you're a fan. Alright, number 9. Number 9 is the Armored Daredevil from the Marvel Legends Retro Spidey Wave, and this was just a fantastic figure in pretty much every way. It's got some great sculpting, it's got that beautiful ruby paint job, it's just a good depiction of the character, the proportions of the body are fantastic, it moves so well, and it came with a great bevy of accessories. This was basically the gold standard for a traditional Marvel Legends release this year. He's just, a simple figure in many ways, but he's done to absolute perfection, and he just pops when he's on the shelf. That color scheme is phenomenal. I love a Daredevil that's using this basic, body in his classical paint job. That would be phenomenal. But this figure is also a really incredible entry, and that's why it sits at our number 9. Alright, let's do number 8. Number 8 is another Marvel Legends, but this time it's from their Deluxe line. And you pay a little bit more for the Deluxe, but not substantially more, and in return you're meant to get extra figure. Whereas with Apocalypse being a Deluxe figure, he was bigger, but didn't really come with that much more, and not enough to justify the cost in my mind. This guy definitely did. His paint job, his articulation are all top rate, and then just the sheer volume of relevant accessories. I mean, the missile launchers, the just shooting effects, the smoking effects. This guy he's got it all. You can have him flying, he's just such a fun, amazing figure. He's basically a statue when you have him fully kitted out. And for that reason, he's number 8. I mean, this is a definitive war machine. I don't think we need another after this. So yeah, really strong entry. Number 7. Number 7 is Mcfarlane Toys' White Knight Azrael from the Batman Multiverse line. Now, this guy is big, he's imposing, he is beautifully sculpted and painted. He comes with a good accessory and the sword and the flaming effect. Just everything about this dude was perfectly executed. It was when Mcfarlane really grabbed my attention as a company, and yeah, I could not be more impressed. Sadly, the second Azrael release wasn't as good, but this one really stands out, and in terms of what you pay, he's just so beautiful. I mean, this is a stunning figure, and that's why he's number 7. I didn't think they were going to outdo him, but that takes us to number 6. Number 6 is Mcfarlane's Warhammer 40k Ultramarine, and he just looks so good. He moves so well, and it's such an amazing depiction of the characters. I mean, these bad boys are huge. They dominate the shelf that they're on. I've got one of the ones that you paint yourself. It's another really solid figure. I didn't rate it because it came unpainted, but these are just, if you've got them, they are such an impressive addition to your collection. And again, you consider, I think Bandai did a limited release and didn't look as good as far as I was concerned, was not as good an offering, and it was much more expensive. Again, this is a cheap figure that could be a super high-end collectible. Utterly insane release, so pleased to have it. Alright, let's get to number 5. Alright, number 5 might be sneaking in here based on the fact that it's still got that new action figure glow about it, but I don't think so, because this offering from Wicked Cool Toys, their Masterchief, this is such a strong debut figure for a line. He looks like he stepped out of the game. He moves really, really well. Kind of floppy joints in some cases. Mine seems to be quite tight overall. And I know the rest of the wave isn't as strong, but this guy looks so, so good. He comes with a generous bevy of accessories, you know, mostly the extra hands, but he's also got the guns. He's just got the gimmicks about him, and that visor. I mean, goddamn, that looks so, so perfect. This is a really strong debut. It fills me with hope for what we're going to get from this line. So it was everything I wanted in a new release, and it's sort of got that working in its favor. But yeah, number 5. Very, very pretty figure, very promising figure. Could not be more impressed. Alright, let's roll around to number 4. Number 4 is our former champion, Terry Bogard. Now, he is still an incredible release. He moves well, he looks great, he's tall, he's bulky, and he comes with so many good accessories. Still some of the most visually impressive accessories we've seen with an action figure as well. However, as the year has gone by, he's been deposed in the sense that other figures have come out that are at the same price point and have even better accessories, or at a much cheaper price point, and again have as many or close to as many accessories. And in some cases, I would say, in fact in both of the cases of 3 and 2, I would say better sculpts as well, which, you know, considering how much you pay for Derek, he's really got to be on point if he's going to keep his, you know, top tier ranking. But still, top 4 is good. So yeah, number 4 is Terry. Still a very solid release, one of my favorite Storm Collectibles releases. But, you know, further on down the line, you're probably going to see another. So let's continue on to 3. Number 3 is NECA's Alpha Predator, who has just grown on me more and more as time has gone by. That head sculpt is absolutely phenomenal. Just the detailing on the body and the armor, his bevy of accessories, all of which have had meticulous care put into them. This is when NECA really started gaining my attention as a company. I mean, their Ninja Turtle stuff has been great. I know everyone's all about those, but this guy absolutely blew me away because I'd only had sort of bad experiences with NECA beforehand. Like the quality control and Ultimate Kratos I got was dodgy. Who else did I get was dodgy? Another like Predator I got, not Scarface. Yeah, Scar from Alien vs Predator, he was dodgy. But now this dude was absolutely perfect, and then the other releases of theirs I picked up this year have been really strong. NECA smashed this year, guys. They have done such an impressive job, and they are the company to keep an eye on. I would definitely say, yeah, they are strong, strong contenders for Company of the Year. Which leads us, I guess, into number 2. Oh yeah, that's right. Number 2 is the Flasher Gremlin from NECA. And sure, he might not be as articulated as some of the others, he might not be so much the action side of an action figure, but he does move well enough for what he is. He's got the articulated ears, the articulated jaw, and that makes him so expressive. And that's, you know, ultimately for me, one of the most important things about action figures is how much character you can derive from the piece of plastic in front of you. Posability plays a big part in that, but sculpt and everything, paintwork, all comes together to make that total package. And this dude's accessories, coat, the things you can move about him, and just that paint job are all absolutely phenomenal and blow me away. It is a delight to have this dude on your shelf. I see him and I chuckle every time. It's like Wes being my favorite of the Lightning Collection just because he came with a thumbs up. If you can feel a character or something emanating from a figure, then that has been knocked out of the park. They've truly captured something there, which is why we make these, you know, as a society we are fetishistic? We enjoy having sculptures of things that matter to us and that capture the essence of an idea that appeals to us, and that's what action figures are. And this, I think, really, really solidly grabbed just the mischief of the Gremlin. So yeah, number 2, could not be more pleased with this guy. Alright, let's roll on to number 1. You saw it coming if you saw his review. Number 1 is Axel Stone from Storm Collectibles and Streets of Rage 4. This guy is perfect as far as I'm concerned. He has amazing articulation, he's got incredible detailing on his coat, his jacket, so his sculpt is on point. He comes with more accessories than I've ever seen, all of which are relevant and on point, and like, none of the accessories were dodgy and he couldn't grab them. They were all perfectly made for him. You will never need to release another Axel Stone figure, and like I was just saying about the Gremlin, this dude captures the essence of him. He feels like a grizzled, old, tired cop. And when you look at him, there's so much expression in that faceplate. There's so much expression in all of the faceplates that you can change, and it captures the art style of the game too. So, he was the same price as Terry, came with better accessories, and there is more sculpt to him, I feel, and more character in the Ultimate release, which is why he deposed him as the number 1. And he just came with more accessories and a bit more articulation than the NECA dudes. So that justified the extra cost as far as I'm concerned. Really, really strong release from Storm, who can be hit and miss, especially with how expensive they are, but this dude was a total hit. He was the best figure of the year for me. Like, what he got what he came with is just stupendous. It almost justifies the cost alone, the sheer volume of accessories. Yeah. So I guess that's my top 10 list, guys. What's yours? Let me know in the comments below. If you want to see more, we have plenty of content that's updated regularly. We've got Hero House, we've got the Wreckers, we've got figure fights, top 10 lists, ranking lists, and reviews. Yeah, so plenty of good content to enjoy. Please like and subscribe, have an amazing year, and hopefully I'll see you again. All the best. Bye.